Hi guys, I was asked a really good question. Do I know a couple of alternatives to the traditional method of blocking or avoiding the jab cross hook? So if I'm in this position and you're throwing, say, what I want you to do is to go into a orthodox stance, just like this, and throw your jab, cross, hook straight at me. So I'll do that one more time, a 1, 2, 3 combination. 1, 2, 3. Obviously I'm mirror imaging it so it looks the same to you on the screen. As punch number one comes across, traditionally we'll catch this with the back hand. And what will happen is we'll go, so throw your 1, 2, 3 at me now, and I'll go 1, 2, 3. And I'll do parry, parry, block. So you can see that there, I'm just touching just there. And that blocks the third one. So that's a traditional one. What we do is you go 1, 2, 3. That's how we would block that traditionally. And the first one is one I like particularly for if you're not using enough head movement in your boxing. So again, what I want you to do is throw 1, 2, 3 at the screen slowly, and I'll show you the timing. What we do is we do slip, slip, roll, a defensive combination. So here we go. I go slip, slip, roll under the shots. Now it's important, I'll stand back a little bit. What you're doing is you're actually, when you're doing a slip, you're turning your knees. There, turn your knees, turn the knees, roll, turn the knees and bend like that. And that actually makes the move much, much quicker than just trying to do it with your upper body, because you've got no power then. You're not loading your legs up to throw any counter punches off that. So it's important that you bend your knees when you do this. And really, ideally, I don't think you can see my shoes, but really you want your feet kind of parallel. You don't want one foot at a 90-degree angle and one pointing straight forward. You need them more or less like this, so the knees aren't fighting against each other. It's a small technique tip, that. So now, once again, do 1, 2, 3 at me, and I'm going to go slip, slip, roll to avoid it. So slip, slip, roll. Now do it quickly. And it becomes one movement. Then off the back there, then we're going to counter with that backhand. So there's method number one. Slip, slip, roll is an alternative. Now, one of the weaknesses of going parry, parry, block is when I do this, do you see how I've come square on? And this is one of the things that I'd prefer this other method to. We're always taught this method traditionally, parry, parry, block. It's the first one we learn, and I do think that that is part of any boxer's defensive arsenal. However, the problem is when I do this, I become square and I can get caught over the top here by the backhand of my opponent. So an alternative is to use the Philly shell method. And what we do here, or some people will use a shoulder roll, and what happens is I turn, let me just make sure that's in the right place. What I do is I turn my shoulder like this. Now, when I then do number one, I actually turn my shoulder inside, and that punch goes over the top there. I turn there like that. And can you see that I'm far more square on, sideways on there? I'm harder to hit. So really, I'm not worrying quite so much about that next shot coming. So with this here, like this, there, I've got this hand here across. I've got to block my face and block the microphone to do this. You want this touching your cheek here. You don't want it out here. You want it touching your cheek. So from there, like this. And then catch, there. So we go shoulder, catch, and then we can block, or we can roll. You've got two alternatives there. I prefer this one, and roll underneath it. That's the one I would prefer. I still tend to use the backhand, but there are weaknesses in that in as much as I can get caught. So if you are finding you're getting caught straight on, try adopting that and see if that one works for you. It might be a really good alternative.